John Edwards for Griffith TV alongside head football coach Chad Masters. And Coach, welcome back into the studio.
Thank you.
Dreary day outside.
It is. It's starting to be that late fall weather.
How you practice indoors today, and you try not to do that before a game day, but it's kind of like a walkthrough day, isn't it? Really? Yeah, we
like to call it a run through. You got to get the good language there. But we also have a away JV game today, so that kind of affects the numbers that we have in practice anyway. So, it's actually a good time just to at this point in the year just make sure we're doing the things we need to do, make sure we're assignment sound. It's not a matter of the physical part of it so much today, but more the mental and just be able to run through all the things that we're going to do, and we need to adjust to and things like that against an Edwardsville team for tomorrow night.
How different is it for the JV having to play on a Thursday? They just played on Monday.
Yeah, and not everybody's going, and it's kind of a weird mix. So it's just sometimes you get that, especially with lower level games. Sometimes you get a little curveball thrown, and you just got to kind of adjust to it. So not sure what originally it was later on. I believe it was like Saturday or something, but for whatever reason we moved it tonight. And that's okay. We'll send a group of kids up there and we'll compete and give them some good playing experience. They definitely deserve that. Like I said, it's not necessarily the same group that we had on Monday, but definitely an opportunity for them to play and get a little bit better.
Tomorrow, later on, we'll get Edwardsville here for senior night, and Edwardsville, a powerhouse school over in Illinois, gets to come over here for a game, and you've had a chance to look at them and tell us your thoughts on Edwardsville.
Physical, that's one of the biggest things. They really like to run the football. They've got some talented running backs. They're big up front. They put you in a lot of different positions where they want to shift and motion and trade, strengths over, and so they try to play some games with you. But bottom line, either way, they're going to come downhill at you and run the football as their primary attack. And defensively, they're not overly fancy, but they run the ball well. They're a big physical football team. They give us some things that we might be able to take advantage of, but we're going to have to perform and we're going to have to execute it. And that's something that, again, we're really looking forward to this game, is just, again, working on how good can we get at the execution of things, and just our basic stuff, and even some of the little wrinkles we put in here or there. We've done a pretty good job of that through the year, but we can always get better. It's a great opportunity for us against a good opponent right before our district playoffs, for us to really kind of hone in on that.
I asked you a few weeks back what your thoughts were of the team, and the season has kind of blown by here.
Yeah, it's gone by pretty fast.
It's gone by pretty quick, and I know I asked you a few weeks ago what you thought the progress of the team was, and you felt that through the first 5-6 weeks or so, this team has progressed in ways that maybe you weren't expecting them to, but they've continued to progress. Now we're at the end of the season. Where is that progression before you get to district play in a few weeks?
I think it's still good. It's one of those things that, and I always have to check myself too. We may not show up on the scoreboard or in the record, but I do believe we are a better football team now than we were 3 weeks ago, or even obviously 8 weeks ago. They've hung in there. They've gotten better. We figured out some more things that they can do a little bit better, and then try to capitalize on that. And I think overall we have showed great improvement as a team and as far as the execution of football plays. I think we still got ways to go, and we still got some time to do that. But it's definitely they've gone after it. They've played. They've competed. And I think we're playing at a higher level now than we have in the beginning of the year, even though that might not show up on paper. But I definitely think we will compete well in our district, and we will have an opportunity to move on. We just have to kind of pull it all together at the right times.
Consistency's been an issue, and you're wanting to pull things together. What is it that you try to instill in the kids over the next few weeks through tomorrow's game? Then you have probably a week off maybe, and then you get into district play. If the things shake out the way they are, it'd be against Melville. How do you continue to instill that consistency in the guys, that it has to be a full 48-minute effort, it has to be every snap, you can't take a snap off? How do you instill that into this group still?
Again, I think it's setting some basic, expectations and goals, and having the confidence grow from that. I think they're getting there. I think they realize it. what they have to do, and I think they know they haven't fully put one all the way together, on all three phases for the entire time. Again, I've always said our effort and our competitiveness and our toughness, I can't question that at all this year. Our kids have played so hard and so incredibly courageously through this entire season. It's just we can't hurt ourselves in that process, whether it be a penalty or a turnover. Those self-inflicted wounds, so to say, have cost us in a lot of spots, and I think they're getting a handle on that, and they understand that. And a lot of times when you're playing teams that might be better than you or more superior, you're going to come up with those mistakes, and that's because you're pressing very hard. So I think that's just something that they've worked themselves through, and they have a good understanding of it, and I think that we're growing from it for sure.
You had mentioned prior to us started taping, you had said Max Prep ranked us as having one of the toughest schedules in Class 5.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that you've gone through this entire juggernaut of the season and it only gets worse?
It does, yeah. There's no easy games on our schedule. It's definitely a thing that we like a lot. We definitely like the opportunity and the challenge, is I guess what I'm trying to say. We get to test ourselves. We get to find out a lot about ourselves in this whole process. And that's kind of the thing that's a really great opportunity that you don't get necessarily if you just play games you can win, or things that that you can handle. We're able to push ourselves a little bit, and when you come here and you compete in this program, you have to understand that you're going to get everyone's best, and you're going to get to play against the best, and that's something we just have to embrace and be willing to have the courage to stand up and risk failure. I talk to the kids a lot. Are you willing to risk losing by 70 to win by 1? Is that the effort that you're going to put in this? And our kids have done that, and we've fallen short a little bit, but, a handful of things go here or there in a few of those games, and it could swing. We could have a 2 or 3 game swing in the schedule. But we're just not there yet on that. But we will be. We will be as a team this year. We will be as a program moving forward. But I think it gives you an opportunity to really find out about yourself that you want to get if you played it safe, and do you want to go through this strong of a schedule every single year? I don't know. I mean, it kind of depends on what we schedule, who we're able to get on the schedule. Our conferences are never easy. It's one of the top conferences in the state, and as far as the depth of teams and how good they are. So it's just a matter of putting together something that's competitive and we can go with, but that's going to test us and challenge us, because ultimately that's what we want to do. We want to improve.
I look at like some high school football schedules where we played Fayetteville, who's a top team out of Arkansas. We'll play Edwardsville, a top team out of Illinois. You play our conference schedule. There's no layups in our schedule.
No.
But if you look at college football, the landscape of college football, there are teams, and I'll use Ohio State as an example. They play 4 layups a year. How do they get away with doing such a thing? Is there benefit to it if you put teams on your schedule to be easier for you to kind of get going for the course of the year at the beginning of the year?
I think that's a debate that's been had in coaching circles for a long time, which is the better way. I mean, Kansas State under Bill Snyder did that too, where they play a lot of easy teams and build up their record, and then they have some confidence and they might be able to knock off a top 25 team or this and that, and he was able to build that program that way. Some teams like to do it the other way, where they play hard every single week, tough teams, and to be battle tested. I think in college it's a little bit different because it goes off of the amount of wins for your postseason. Think about how many debates they have about 1 loss or 2 loss teams. Can they make the national championship, Final Four? It affects their bowl games because where their wins are slotted in certain ones. In Missouri high school football, everybody makes the playoffs.
And I will go on a record right here and say I am not a fan.
Well, but nonetheless, the system is there. So really, your first 9 weeks are total preparation for that week 10. You're in it. It doesn't matter for your seeds, but again, then you just got to start weighing. We're playing against teams and playing at a speed that some teams don't do because we're having to learn how to do that to be competitive, which we are competitive in our games, even though, like I said, it may not show up on a record board or something like that. But I think different schools of thought, different ways to look at it. I think you could probably say there's merit in both. But nonetheless, it just is, where we're at right now, and this is what we have, and this is what we're going to play, and we're going to make the best of it and just challenge our kids and challenge ourselves as coaches to see if we can rise to the challenge.
Senior night this week.
Yes.
Talk about the group collectively for you.
I've been real pleased with this group this year. They came in off the heels of a lot of success. I mean, they've been part of that success too. Some of those state championship games and the semifinal appearance and in between the two state title teams. So they've been involved with winning their first, their entire high school career. This has been a test to them, to where it's their senior year and they're having a new coach, new philosophies, just new people around. The coaching staff itself, is new and we're new to them and they're new to us, and they have not once, really backed away from that challenge. They've embraced it from the very beginning. They've given their best efforts and, they're, everything that they have to try to make it work. And they're getting better. And there's still a lot more football in this group too. But I cannot say enough about how they've approached this season with as much class, as much effort and toughness as they have. We've been battle tested. We've had some injuries off and on through the year, and they haven't once wavered in that. And they still believe strongly in themselves and the program. And I can't say enough about for a first year to be in a program to have that kind of effort and kind of own in by a senior class. I'm very thankful for that. And it allows us to really kind of bridge moving forward too, really enjoyed. I wish I could have these guys for a little longer just because I love the guys, who they are. I wish I could have them for another year at least, but unfortunately they age you out, and they grade you out here. You have to graduate at some point, but I kept there and seeing, look and said, if I had one more year with Griffin John or Drew Bishop or, any of these guys that are on the team, Jacob McCauley, I mean, how much better could we be and how much more fun could we have, together, and how much more experiences we can build together. Because I haven't even been with them for a full year. And they're like part of our family. And I'm looking forward to finishing this off and seeing how far we can take it this year with them, and just having a great experience for them.
Before I let you go, let me get your thoughts on Mizzou's loss last Saturday to Vanderbilt.
Oh, it was tough. I was watching it, it was like, you're just watching it, you're like, I should really watch something else, but just kept going, Hey, I'm behind Coach Odom, the staff, and Vanderbilt always seems to be a team, whether we play them at home or on the road, that just gives us fits. My wife and I went and attended the Vanderbilt game at home last year, the same thing. I mean, they had to goal line stand to keep them out, it was a tough game, and we had to go to their place, and I thought, this could be one of them games that if if we don't play it right, things can get out of hand. So, it was a tough one, but I'm still a loyal Mizzou fan, and I'm still behind Coach Odom and the team, and they'll get things right. They always have. If you look at their body of work, they might have a slip up or two in the beginning, but they're playing some of the best football in the country by the end of the season.
But they were ranked.
They were ranked. I know. Vianney's just got that way about them. I don't know what it is,
They were ranked.
But the thing is, and you see what Coach Mason after the game was pretty fired up. Obviously, that's a huge win for him, knock off a ranked team. And he's trying to build a program there in a tough place to build a program. And, I just love that. I always said he's the right guy for the job there. And I was like, Coach Mason got them guys playing for sure. They were ranked. It was a tough loss. And it goes to show you that any given day, if you don't bring, your A game against an opponent, I feel that way about us in our conference. If one of those teams didn't bring their A game to us, we could have knocked them off. I feel that way about any team that's on our schedule. If they don't close us out and put us out, we've got a chance to beat them. So, that's the approach we take, and I know that's the approach probably Vanderbilt does. But in that SEC conference, yeah, anyone can beat anybody. Let's be honest. They're still getting guys, and if you don't play the game the way you should, and you make too many of your own self-inflicted mistakes, you stand a good chance of losing football games. And that's kind of like I said, I can equate that to us quite a bit too.
Coach, I always appreciate a few minutes, and best of luck against that.
Thanks a lot, and go Griffins.